What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm doing Manchester United's last game that we played in the UEFA Champions League last night. Manchester United went and played FC Basel last night away from home. So basically, firstly, we made 7 changes from the last game against Newcastle United. Talk about the starting 11. So yeah, let's go to the One Football app. Obviously I got plenty to talk about in this, as you did see at the beginning of the start of the video that we lost. I want to talk to you guys of the process of how we lost this game, because it was just the most shockingest game I've ever seen in my life before. To see a game like this happen in my life, like people staying up watching the game at like 1:45 in the morning, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Letting fans down, and to let that happen and to let it slip right at the last minute, it wasn't good enough. Now for this stupid volume thing wasn't here. So basically, starting 11, it looked like Ramiro in goal, Darmian, Smalling, Rojo, Blind, Fellaini, Herrera, Pogba, Lingard, Lukaku and Martial. Now practically, on here it says that we started with a 4-3-3, but practically we started with a 4-2-3-1. We basically changed the formation during the game, so that's why it's probably put that on there. But anyway, talking about the game. So we needed a quick start, obviously, so every team would love a quick start to get on with it. So the first 6 minutes, I felt like the first 6 minutes, Basel made us uncomfortable. They nearly got through at goal. We just managed to clear our lines. Now Basel were getting close in front of goal, but we just managed to clear the ball away, just get it out of our box, and we stopped them through scoring. We took our time how they were playing, for sure. For the rest of the half, we were all around them. So after that 6 minutes, we were just all around them. We were more in control of the game, for sure. We were composed on the ball. We also wanted to play the passing move and play quick football, for sure. We then started creating chances. The chances weren't good enough at goal, because basically we had a few chances at goal. So Lukaku going 1-on-1 with the keeper, it should have been 1-0. Then Fellaini had a good chance to score on the rebound, that was another one. We then got awarded a free kick. Fellaini got close at goal once again. I thought it was a goal, but it just went wide of the goal. So looking at that, we should have been 3 goals up. Now, Mourinho said in his interview after the game that we should have been 5-0 up at half time. Now, practically, they're 3 goals at the moment. We could not create a lot of chances in that first half. And then our set pieces weren't as good. Our set pieces from the weekend, they were outstanding, but coming into this game, they just weren't as good. I don't know what we worked on during training, but it was just going too deep. They were just absolutely going way too deep. Was the game boring? Now, basically, this is the whole fact. Now, basically, the first half ended 0-0. There wasn't much in the game. I felt like we needed to raise the tempo, for sure, in the next half, because looking at the first half, it should have been at least a few goals up by then. We went into the changing rooms with when it was 0-0. We should have had a few goals by then. But was it boring? Well, I have to say it was. Yeah, there was only a couple of chances made at goal, but once again, our set pieces were just too deep, too long. They weren't perfect from over the weekend against Newcastle, and I don't think we were all over the place in the first half, but we just couldn't find the goal. You know, we were just in control of that game, and it's frustrating when you're in control of the first half and you can't even score. That's how we were feeling in that first half. So was it boring? Now, obviously, we beat Basel at home 3-0. Coming into this game, I thought we would have come in with some confidence at least try get a few goals in the first half, and then just hold on to that lead. But that did not happen, guys. Basically, in the second half, we needed to raise the tempo. We needed to get the ball out wide. We needed to make more crosses into the box. We needed to go more attacking by bringing on Zlatan and Rashford. Now, basically, I felt like we should have brought on Rashford at the start of the game. Not at the start of the game, but at the start of the second half. Zlatan, obviously, because he's just come back from injury, obviously we would have to play him like 15 minutes to go, obviously, because we don't want to risk it. We wanted another quick start. Basel had a better start than us. They had some great. They created some good chances at goal, so they had a better start than us. I think all in that second half, Basel were just all around us. We were absolutely struggling. Ramiro had to pull off some great saves. There was a handball appeal on Darmian. Was it a handball? I'm going to leave that in the poll for you guys to go and vote. Basically, it looked like that Darmian, he turned his back, but basically, I don't think it was a deliberate handball. It was just more like ball to hand. So, you can't really. It's just. I don't know. It's just I don't know how to explain it, but it was. I think it was just a bit controversial to give that away. Basel, they had been testing the keeper. They had been getting close at goal. They were all around us in that second half. We still managed to clear our lines and obviously clear the ball away. But then after that, we then started to make. So then obviously we all wanted that. We all wanted a few changes to happen. Now, obviously, we left our changes to the last 20 minutes of the game. I felt like, firstly, we should have brought on Rashford at the start of the second half to bring it more. We needed to get more attacking onto Basel. We did not do that in that second half. In the second half, we failed to put a shot on target. We failed to have a chance at goal. We only had one good chance when Rashford hit the side netting, and that was the only time. When we only got close at goal in the second half. That second half was absolutely poor. Absolutely poor. I've never seen anything like it before, and yeah. And then obviously one of their players had a crack at goal from nowhere, and then Ramiro pulled off a really great save. The player ended up having a hamstring injury, and his hamstring had gone, so he had to come off. And then obviously it all slipped right at the last minute. Now, basically, obviously we brought on the likes of where is it now? So what we brought on. So basically, let's talk about the subs. So basically, we brought on Rashford for Lingard. Pogba came off for Matic. So Pogba, once again, we just don't want to risk him, obviously. He's only just come back from injury. And Mourinho said that we want to manage it well with Pogba. We don't want him to get him injured again, and we need him for these games. So then it was 70 minutes gone. We were 0-0. We only needed a draw to go through to the round of 16 to qualify. It would have been better if we got a result through this game and at least got a few goals in the first half. Then Zlatan came on for Martial. Basically, once Zlatan came on, Zlatan was in the middle. Lukaku went out to the right, and then Rashford went out to the left. So can you just imagine that? That is just the amount of strikers that we had out there, and we still failed to. We still failed to score against Basel. And we even had three proper strikers out on the pitch, and we still could not get a goal against them. It's embarrassing. It feels a bit embarrassing because they went and made history last night. And yeah. So then after that we changed up the formation to a 4-3-3. I think we should have just went to a 4-4-2. In fact, instead not a bloody 4-4-3, not a 4-3-3. We should have been a 4-4-2, in fact. Not a 4-4-3. Not a 4-3-3. I keep getting mixed up. But anyway, at that point, we were like, we need to get a goal near to the end of this game, you know, because 70 minutes were gone. It was like nearly 80 minutes gone. So then we had been struggling, and Basel were all around us in that second half, like mental. They were hunting for a goal. They were looking for a goal. So we needed to know that some changes needed to something needed to change up, you know. So obviously he decided to change the formation from a 4-2-3-1 to a 4-3-3. Should have been a 4-3-3. I think it should have been a 4-4-2 to have Zlatan and Lukaku up the top, and at least Rashford on the right, and then whoever's there really on the pitch. And then I'm not going to repeat myself. We barely had a chance at goal in the second half. Like I was just saying previously, we didn't even have a shot on target. That's how poor we were in the second half. And like I was saying, we had Zlatan, Lukaku and Rashford, 3 proper strikers, and we still failed to score. Now, how frustrating is that going to be for Mourinho and the players as well? Now, basically, okay, this is a fact, right? The last time United, so listen to this. The last time United travelled to Basel in December 2011, Man United lost 2-1, and we're knocked out of the UEFA Champions League. All we needed was a draw. It was all going well to the 88th minute. We let it slip, and Basel scored. So basically, as we all know, I was saying to Tom said to me, how we're losing. Now basically, I just looked at the players. It looked like the fatigue was gone. They were absolutely shattered. But I just don't understand how they were shattered. Matic wasn't even a threat in the second half. He was just more playing it behind, more in defensive wise, instead of getting more up the pitch. We didn't do anything in that second half. We didn't even get forward. We couldn't even create a chance. What is going on? This is a Champions League game. Now, in this Champions League, we're going to have some tough opponents coming up. Now, basically, we've made ourselves like idiots in this game, because basically, they've gone and made history again, because in 2011, we only needed a draw and we lost 2-1. We were knocked out of the Champions League. Now, basically, Basel are now second, and they still have a chance to go first in the table. Now, we've made look like ourselves like idiots because the players were knackered. They were more hanging on with that draw. I don't know why they were hanging on with that draw. It really frustrates me. It really pisses me off how they were just wanting that draw. Why can we not just go and score? We had 3 strikers out there, and they still failed to score. This is getting out of hand. We played 3 strikers out there, Rashford, Lukaku and Zlatan. Now Zlatan should have done something, you know. Lukaku should have done something. But they were just all knackered as well. And they were just all about hanging on with that draw. Now they went and scored. That ruined us. Now basically, we're going to have to go and get a result against Moscow now. And obviously, they weren't bothered about Moscow because they just wanted a draw in that game. We couldn't even hang on. Now, Blind was blaming himself for that. I don't think it was the defence. We just let it slip right at the last minute. And if we had that together and pulled it together, we would have been fine. And then we wouldn't have had to bother about Moscow. So now, the players have put themselves in the worst possession ever, because now we're going to have to go and get a result against Moscow. And we're just showing ourselves like idiots at the moment. And it's absolute embarrassment. It frustrates me as a United fan. Me, as a United fan, staying up till about 2 o'clock in the morning, watching the game. It's absolutely ridiculous to see this. We're playing Brighton over the weekend. What's happened again with these two that have... What's happened with us, with Huddersfield and Newcastle? We've conceded a goal against Newcastle and we've lost to Huddersfield. We cannot let this happen against Brighton over the weekend, unless this is going to be an absolute dreadful for us. The only thing that we only have in confidence is at home, is a win. That's all we can do at home. But the players are not going to have anything in them. They're not going to have any confidence going into this game against Brighton whatsoever. because they put themselves in the worst possession ever. We're going to have to go and beat Moscow now, even though we do need a draw. But the thing is, we've put ourselves in the worst position ever. I've never seen anything like it as a Man United fan. It really frustrates me, and it really frustrates... yeah, I'm not even going to say it. It really frustrates me off because they went and scored, and they just make the United fans like mugs. We're watching these games, and we go and do that. I thought we were going to try and keep a record, but we couldn't. We look like ourselves, and we showed ourselves up, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. So I hope this gets to Mourinho, and I hope that gets to the players, because the players should be distraught, and I am as well. Look at the frustration on me. I am furious with the players that played last night. They were more bothered about that bloody draw and then of getting a result out there. We it last night. How can we not even get a result? How couldn't we go and score with 3 strikers out there? It's absolutely embarrassing. I've never seen anything like it. It's absolutely stupid. I've never, ever, ever seen anything like this before. In the Champions League, we might be playing Bayern Munich in the round of 16 if we get away with this. If United get away with this, I will be shocked and surprised, honestly. But we showed ourselves up last night. They've gone and made history once again, and we look like mugs, honestly. For like fans staying up in Dubai watching a bloody game at about 1:45 in the morning, and you go and do that right at the last minute, and Blind's blaming himself. Well, yeah, he was down on the floor eating grass, and at least we didn't play Lindelof. But this time it was bloody Blind, and he's blaming himself. And actually, the players were the defence was like they were all showing themselves up on the ground again. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. And he completely dropped De Gea, obviously just to rest him. It's ridiculous, you know. And my thoughts on the game. I think the first half we were in control of in the first half. We were in control of that game. We couldn't even score in the first half. We should have been 3-0 up. We couldn't even score. Basel conceded. United conceded, but Basel scored against us. It's just, come on. I just don't understand. Like, honestly, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. We just showed ourselves up last night, and obviously, you guys might be saying man of the match, Brett. I just don't have a man of the match. Honestly, the only player that outstanded out there last night was Pogba, and again, the players are relying on Pogba. Don't rely on Pogba. He's just only come back from injury. Yes, that guy is a massive difference when he's back in the squad, but when he's off on the pitch and been subbed, we expect to do a lot more. We had 3 strikers out there and we still failed to score. What's going on? Honestly, we're going against Brighton on Saturday at home. The only thing we can do at home, when we're at home, is win at Old Trafford, and we're at home. Players, are they going to be up for this game? Well, they better be, because that game against Huddersfield was a bit really embarrassing. But if this happens against Brighton at home, it's going to be even more embarrassing. So we're going to have to lift up our game, pull up the socks, and Mourinho needs to get them together. I don't even think we played as a team last night. Well, I think we did, but we couldn't even seal a draw. We couldn't even score. How embarrassing is that? Now, obviously, we beat them 3-0, but at least go and get a result. Don't sit back like idiots. Do something. Get a goal. We couldn't do that. Jesus Christ. I just can't believe I witnessed that last night. Because we let it slip. Like, I just don't understand. Hope you guys have enjoyed another video. I'm out of here. Peace.